Hi, I'm Mike from Craft Supplies USA, and today we're going to take an in-depth look at the Jet 1840 lathe. Jet has been making woodworking machines for a long time, and that experience is on full display with the 1840 lathe. It's a solid machine with many features found on high-end lathes, all at a great price. With a capacity of 40 inches between centers, the 1840 is one of the longer lathes on the market. It's perfect for turning table legs, baseball bats, and other long spindle projects. It's not just for turning long spindles. Let's take a look at the features of the 1840, starting at the bottom and working our way up. The legs are made from solid cast iron and they do a good job at dampening vibration. The lathe comes with 4-inch cast iron risers and adjustable feet that add 2 inches of leveling. This gives you plenty of adjustment to set the lathe at a comfortable working height. There are pre-drilled holes on each leg for easy mounting of the included tool caddy or optional bed extension. When turning heavy projects, the lathe is a little underweight, but fortunately there's a quick fix. Cut a 2x12 to fit between the legs, then stack on a few bags of sand. It really helps stabilize the lathe. Next up is the lathe bed. It's made from solid cast iron and has holes drilled on the end for the optional bed extension. The bedways are 5/8 of an inch thick with excellent machining. The tailstock, headstock, and tool rest banjo slide across the polished surface with ease. On each end of the lathe bed is a safety stop pin. They prevent the tailstock or headstock from falling off the ends of the lathe, and we recommend keeping these in place whenever possible. Let's take a look at the headstock. The Jet 1840 was recently updated to remove the swiveling headstock feature, which lowered the price and increased the stability. The headstock is made from heavy cast iron and slides so it can be positioned anywhere along the lathe bed. If you're turning a large piece, we recommend parking the headstock directly over the legs to minimize vibration. The 1840 features an extended spindle nose with dual bearings. It runs very smooth and quiet. And the extended spindle design gives you plenty of working room on the back side of your piece. It has an 1¼ by 8 TPI thread with a No. 2 Morse taper. The 1840 has an 18-inch capacity, allowing you to turn large bowls or platters up to 18 inches in diameter. And it has a 2-horsepower motor driven by a 2-step pulley with a 3/4 inch wide poly V-belt. Plenty of power for a lathe this size. The smaller pulley gives you a speed range of 40 to 1200 RPM and provides torque for large turnings, while the larger pulley has a speed range of 100 to 3200 RPM, perfect for spindle turning. The electronic variable speed features a tried and tested speed controller that runs on 220-volt single-phase power. Next up is the control panel. It has a pretty basic layout, but everything functions well and does its job. The start-stop lever engages with a satisfying click and includes a key that can be removed to keep the lathe from turning on. Above that is a forward-reverse switch and speed control knob. The digital speed readout is bright and responds instantly to speed changes. Also on the headstock is a push-button spindle lock. Simply push in the pin, then rotate the spindle until the pin engages. Slide the plate down to lock it in place. Opposite the spindle is the hand wheel. We wish that instead of a cylinder style, it was more of a traditional disc style hand wheel. It's not as comfortable as we'd like, but it is effective. Above the hand wheel is an indexing pin. To lock it in place, turn the lathe off and rotate the spindle by hand to one of the 36 indexing positions. On the inside of the headstock, the pulley is engraved with numbers from 1 to 36 for reference. Another great feature of this lathe is the remote emergency stop button. It's got a long cord and magnets on the back so it can be positioned anywhere on the lathe, and it makes stopping the lathe convenient and safe. You no longer have to reach around the spinning piece to stop the lathe. Now let's talk about the tool rest and the banjo. The banjo is cast iron and slides smoothly on the bed. It has a long handle which makes locking it down effortless. The 1840 comes with a 14-inch cast iron tool rest with a 4-inch tall post, a good general purpose size. The rest is held in place with 2 pinch-style bushings. They hold the rest firmly and won't mark the post. Next up is the tailstock. It's made from cast iron and weighs in at 25 pounds. It slides easily on the bed, and like the banjo, has a long locking lever. The quill is a No. 2 Morse taper. The new Acme thread is really smooth and has 4¼ inches of travel. And the quill is laser etched in both imperial and metric, which helps when drilling projects like salt and pepper mills. The tailstock automatically ejects live centers when fully retracted. The lathe comes with a 3-inch faceplate and faceplate wrench, a 4-prong drive center, a cup revolving center, a 60-degree revolving center with removable cone and pin, and a knockout bar. And all of it fits in the included tool shelf that can be mounted on either end of the lathe. Before we move on, let's take a look at one of the cool features of the included revolving center. Slide the included pin into the hole of the body, then twist to remove the cone and reveal a smaller cup center inside. Attached to the headstock is a mounting bracket. This is used for mounting optional accessories like the safety guard or comparator bracket. Those items don't come with the lathe, but we find that the bracket is the perfect place to put a magnetic light. The 1840 weighs in at 415 pounds and is ready for any task. It runs smooth and quiet and is a great mid-size machine. And we have to mention Jet's 5-year warranty. They have parts and service centers across the US along with great customer service, so that means you can buy a Jet 1840 with confidence. Jet has done an excellent job with the 1840 lathe. It's a good mix of value and power, and backed by a warranty you can trust. If you want to learn more about the Jet 1840 lathe, give us a call at 1-800-551-8876. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for the latest in woodturning.